And then if you mind, clicking
Mm-hmm.
on, so if you mind sharing your screen,
Mm-hmm.
and then just select that one there, and then share screen. And that's it.
Cool.
I think it's recording right now. Let's see. Yeah, it's recording.
Okay.
Okay. So let's do the tasks. That's very easy. Okay, so how do you initially interact with MTOD regularly on a daily basis when you go to
How did I initially, or how do I now?
both, like from or if you've seen some differences from the beginning where you were mentioning like the 10-second delay and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, there's been a lot of there's been a pretty big and fast evolution that I've seen because I was just a magazine subscriber or a magazine consumer.
Mm-hmm.
And then that led to YouTube. I remember there was like Hot Rod. There was some early Hot Rod videos on YouTube that I would watch. And then that became Roadkill,
Mm-hmm.
which I believe was on YouTube.
Yeah.
So then I would watch that. And then eventually they launched Motor Trend On Demand.
So you started with YouTube, well, the magazine and then YouTube.
Correct.
And then in YouTube, you found out that they were like having the Roadkill episode earlier on Descent and Motor Trend On Demand.
Yeah, I found out that they were creating their own, there was going to be a dedicated Motor Trend video platform. And I didn't purchase it right away. I think I was kind of like looking at it and I was like, man, I wish there was like a trial period or something. I think I waited. I didn't have an incentive to try it. I mean, getting it a few weeks early, it was not really an incentive to me. So I did not go, I didn't subscribe to Motor Trend On Demand right away, but eventually I did. And I don't really remember why, just to try it out. I try out a lot of things.
That happened when the trial version became available. Did you start with the
Yes.
30 days? So that kind of like is like, okay.
That was enough of an incentive to try it. Yes, you're right. You're
cool.
right. There was a trial period. I think maybe initially there wasn't.
There wasn't in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then it was like a freemium experience. Some of the videos were free and some of them were not.
That's right. And it was like very few free videos.
Yeah. And they were not that great either.
They were not that great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so after you subscribe and
Mm-hmm.
for the trial period, did you felt like, okay, I'm just gonna cancel before it's the 30 days, or it was like kind of like, you know what, I just gonna pay for this.
I enjoyed it, and I thought that the price point, and I still feel like the price point was such that I didn't mind continuing.
Do you mind?
It felt like a good value for money for me.
Okay, so how much do you pay? Like you pay? You mind asking the basic or the gold or whatever there is? 3 plans, I think.
I honestly, is there really? I didn't even know
that. Like monthly and yearly.
I think it's $5.99.
Okay, so it's the monthly. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So you think $5.99 is like? Yeah.
That felt right to me. That felt like I could do that, and I think it was Hot Rod Garage was a show that was may still only be on Motor Trend On Demand, and I really liked that show. I thought, I'll stick around because I liked that show. Maybe there was, or no, it wasn't. It was Roadkill Garage.
Okay, so the other version for Roadkill, have you seen Roadkill Extra?
Yeah, I've been watching those.
Okay, cool.
And those are cool. But
what are your like top 3 originals? Because you're basically just originals, right? Nothing motorsports.
I've tried the motorsports. I don't have a history of watching motorsports.
Okay.
And so I have not gotten hooked on motorsports. So yes, just originals really. And top 3, I would say Roadkill. Roadkill Garage, and probably Dirt Every Day. Even though I don't love that show necessarily, I love 4x4s. I mean, you can see I just have two trucks. That's one of my main interests, my main leisure activities. It's like my main leisure activity. So I'm always interested to watch that show, even though I think actually that the Hot Rod Garage is a better show. And then shows like Ignition, Head to Head, some of the others. What is it? Driving Line, Racing Line. Some of those other shows are of less interest.
Okay.
Because I'm not a new car consumer.
It's like an aftermarket.
I'm not a race car guy. Yeah, I like. I'm like a home hobbyist and an off-road enthusiast.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So that's kind of how they end up ranking. But I still always watch every Ignition. I still always watch every head-to-head.
Okay.
I still watch them. I still do find it interesting because I'm interested in cars in general. So, yeah. So I'll check out the latest Range Rover or whatever. Even though,
how do you content wise, do you think it's increasing the quality of our content, or it's decreasing? It's more or it's less? What are your expectations?
I feel like it has increased. The quality has increased.
Okay.
Noticeably. In fact, it's happened to me a couple times where I've thought of something and I will think back to an earlier episode, and I will think like, what was that paint color that they used on that, or some arbitrary something, and I'll think, okay, I think that was in the episode about the such and such, and I'll go back to it and look, and I've a couple times I've noticed, wow, the audio is really bad, or so the production value has definitely increased, which I appreciate.
Yeah,
I notice it.
Okay. Yeah. I think they're putting more people in production. I think that's my my observation that I've seen lately.
It's nice. It just reduces the distraction. Really. It's like you watch YouTube and you're trying to learn how to do something, but it's shaking everywhere and the audio sucks and it just drives you nuts. All you want to do is get the information or whatever, and you're distracted by bad production.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I do
shaking camera,
but also just from an entertainment standpoint, when the music is good and when the production's good, it's better. It's more entertaining. I'm more interested.
Yeah, cool. So show me if you could.
Yeah.
How would you a session? How would you start a session today?
How would I start a session? Can I just navigate away from this Zoom thing? Okay.
Well, that's gonna be recorded. So the green frame, it tells you what is recording.
Oh, I see.
Around the viewport.
So I would just go to, I have this tab, looks right there in my book, in my bookmarks.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is slowing down our speed. I'm not sure, but then here we go.
We usually, sit at the couch when you use the service, or where do you?
I'm usually right here.
Right there, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like sit down and just like watch it.
Mm-hmm.
What time of the day is usually when you have like time?
I would say morning and evening usually.
Morning and evening.
Yeah, that's the most common. Some days, if I'm home, I'll watch in the afternoon or something. But most often, it's in the morning or late at night when I'm off work.
Okay, so right before going to bed, a little bit before, and then.
Yeah, I think that's the most common.
Okay, with a coffee in the morning.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. Kind of like a newspaper kind of thing.
Yep.
And the other thing, so do you, watch or use more the service when certain episode is launched, like it's going to be a new Roadkill episode or a new Roadkill Garage? Is that what?
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Yes. If a new Roadkill Garage is launched and I get the email or something, then I will look forward to it and I'll watch it either that night or the morning or something. That gives me a reason to log on. But if I'm killing time or I'm procrastinating something more important, then I might navigate over and I'll even flip through this thing, like what is new right now. Camaro versus Mustang, that's kind of cool. I would probably watch this. I will. I didn't know about that until I navigated through this thing. maybe I got an email about it, but I might have not remembered because it's not maybe the show that I'm most in tune to or something. But that's what I would do. I would just flip through this main thing to see what's new. And then I will, so that's, if there's not a new episode that I'm interested in, like the motor stuff, sports stuff, I just skip right through. I don't even look. I don't even really look at it, you know, which is weird because I like motorsports, and you know, like in person, it's so interesting. But for whatever reason, I just don't watch it on the computer. And maybe I should give it a shot. I didn't actually need to play this, but it's just not part of the habit, I suppose. So yeah, I'll navigate through here. If there's nothing, like if I know that I had just watched the new episodes that are out or something, then I will check out the extras because I'm just like hungry for some new content or something.
Do you notice that the drop down menus changed a little bit?
I have not noticed.
No, because before they were like white, they were like having like thumbnails inside.
Oh, interesting.
So
I didn't notice.
That's good.
Yeah. No, I did not.
It's as invisible as possible.
I agree. I didn't notice. It just works. I find what I'm looking for, and I'm not thinking about it.
You didn't need it. So that's good.
No.
That's the greatest feedback.
Yeah. No, that's that. Whatever you did work. So I would go to the extras, both Roadkill and Dirt Every Day. I'm not even sure if there are others. Are there? No. But like some of these shows, like Racing Line, maybe Behind the Wheel, some of those, I know the episodes will come out and I won't even really bother. Mm-hmm. It's just not as much in my.
Got it.
It's not it's of interest.
So when you find something that you like, how would you play it? Like, let me just you could just like pretend that you want to watch now something.
Okay, so
and it's like early morning.
Yeah, let's use the example like I've already watched the main episode, so I got a Roadkill extra.
Yeah.
I will look and see where I left off because I think I've watched all of them. I pretty much watch all of them. Sometimes the Q&As I skip. Even though they're kind of interesting, sometimes I just skip. Because I like the learning part of it. You know, like I want to hear what Dulcich has to say about block sanding tips. You know, I'm interested in getting better at what I like to do.
Got it.
So that's the stuff that interests me the most. Even like Sandstorm Torture, the extended cut, I may not watch.
Yeah.
Because I'm more interested in how to something. So I would probably look at whichever one I watched where I left off and then play it from there.
Can you play one of them? Even
sure.
Just like you mean, like do you go back to episodes and watch it again?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Ones that I like, I'll watch it more than once.
More than once.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. What do you like about like Fiber? It's so enticing.
You know what I like about these guys? I mean, from the beginning, the reason I liked the Motor Trend content is I've never been able to tolerate the reality television format with the fake drama and all the interpersonal nonsense, the scripted reality.
Unscripted. You know.
It's like it's just nauseating to me. I can't tolerate it. So what I like about this is it's just regular guys. It's funny, like
it is unscripted. I can tell you.
Yeah, and it's obvious, right? I mean, there are some times when it's a little bit contrived or whatever, but it's fine. It's much easier to tolerate because it's like just regular. They seem like more regular people, but also smart people. Mm-hmm. You know,
savvy. They know their stuff.
Yeah. So it's like they're not goons with some artificial drama. And yet they're not like male models. Yeah, so it's
regular guys.
Regular guys, but it's like regular guys that I want to hear what they have to say because they're good at what they do.
Right on. Okay. So if you have a say on, creating a new show,
Mhm.
what would do you ever thought about it? Something that you were, interested
Yeah.
on it that is not part of our
Right.
portfolio.
Well, like I shared with you before, the ones that really pique my interest are like block sanding tips with Steve Dulcich. I
Mhm.
wouldn't mind having a whole auto body um, kind of series or chapter dedicated to like actual hardcore, almost like educational style, very instructional, informative um,
Step by
style.
step.
Okay, I spend a lot of time on YouTube. Like, let's say I maybe not on this Jeep, but I work on a lot of these old Willys Jeeps, or and for friends or whatever. And recently, I had an issue with some auto body. I don't really do auto body. I don't really know very much about it. It's a little bit alien to me. So I would find myself on YouTube, and YouTube, it's like you're just sifting through an ocean of misinformation, poor content, videos that give you a headache to watch, and it's just a very time consuming. This like the beauty of like Motor Trend is it's like a brand I can trust, experts I can trust. I would love to have a more hardcore instructional program so I can skip the YouTube amateur hour and go straight to Steve Dulcich telling me how to block sand.
Right. Okay, cool.
And even though I love the entertainment value of the other the goofy stuff can be entertaining, can be fun or whatever, but I really appreciate
The practical knowledge, like
yeah
sharing,
yeah
tips and yeah.
and that's the stuff I'll watch multiple times, and I'll go back to previous episodes to say, no wait, what was that thing they said about doing that?
Yeah, I do the same thing for software engineering development. Go back and back and back.
Yeah.
So I'll pay for it. Like they have this free house to learn code, and
Mm-hmm.
so you go to YouTube, and then they have tutorials on how to do certain things, and
Yeah.
it's like the camera is shaking, and
Exactly.
he's speaking, and it's so in some wind comes,
Right.
and then you cannot hear what he's saying,
or it's distorted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because all these keys in it. So you go to like a service that you pay like I think I pay like like $9, no, $8 a month or something like that, and that beautiful production quality, beautiful lighting, professional equipment for the audio, the screen grabs, all the step by step.
See, I would love a resource like that for automotive stuff. I mean, another example is I love 4x4s. I would like some more thorough instruction on working with tube. So bending for roll bars, bending for rock sliders, bending for bumpers, welding at certain angles. There's the tube alone is there's a lot of things that I would like. And the funny thing is, even stuff that I sort of know a little bit about, well, you can never, I mean, it's a topic like engine building could be explored.
Do you watch Engine Masters?
And I love that show. That actually I had forgotten, that actually is way up there on the list. But, that is a great example of, they're doing like 20-minute episodes of testing a few things or whatever. But that you could be so in depth with that stuff. I mean, I can handle way more intensive, episodes with a lot more information, a lot more detail. The quick shootouts are awesome, and I totally appreciate it. But topic like engine building, or like there's so many things to learn in the hobby. Even if you're a professional, I mean, I'm a decent mechanic. I'm not like a total amateur, but there's still just so much to learn.
Yeah, I get it. Oh my God, it's exciting too.
Yeah. And weirdly, it's like entertainment. It's entertainment. A buddy of mine and I are building a Harley in his garage down the street.
Cool.
And we work on for a few hours on Sundays. And his neighbor always comes by and just wants to hang out and watch. And I totally get it, because it's weird. I don't know why, but it's just fun to watch.
Right.
Just guys working on some shit.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know why it works that way, but it's
building. That's always like fascinating. Right?
It is.
You're just making something happen. Let's just feel that that sense of accomplishment, purpose. It's like purpose. You have a purpose
There's a
Yeah.
YouTube channel called Tested with
Tested.
Adam Savage from Mythbusters. Remember that show,
Yeah.
Mythbusters?
Yeah, he has another show, Tested.
Yes. So he does Tested.com. I think there's a website, but the YouTube channel is just Tested. But he has like these Adams one-day builds, and it'll be him doing a project. Most of his stuff is like movie prop related.
Yeah.
Which is not a particular interest of mine.
Yeah.
But he'll just show his process over a day's work of working on a movie prop or something. And
I saw it with the Nerf gun.
yes,
He made a Nerf gun.
with the Nerf gun.
Oh my God, that was insane, the level of detail.
So I love watching those things because, like, I'm not about to build a Nerf. I'm not trying to build a Nerf machine gun.
I watch from beginning to end.
I watch them because what I find is, like, the fabrication techniques, just kind of seeing a skilled fabricator, a skilled craftsman at work, you learn, like, oh, okay, that's an interesting idea. Like,
gold and the paint,
the weather. Oh, yes, exactly.
With the sponges, like this was sponge. And then,
you know what's funny about that is
base.
And I've used some of the things from his site because I had a friend with a Willys Jeep, and he came to me and he had new license plates.
Okay.
And he said, "Can you make my license plates look old?" I mean, this is probably illegal to modify license plates, but these guys understand. So having watched Adam Savage work with a bunch of movie props and weathering movie props, basically weathered his license plate. But anyways, what I'm saying is watching an expert work is interesting. You can always pick up one or two new ideas. And that show, there's like no narration. There's no music. It's just a guy like working on something. But because he's an expert and he's a badass, you learn little tricks. You learn, different products. Like, oh, he used an epoxy for that, or he used the, Delrin to machine this. So there's always some benefit for, at least that I feel.
So what do you think is a pain point that you have with experience? The way like navigating to a video, finding a video.
What is that? Pain points?
Pain points. Something like a roadblock. Something that you are like, oh my God, this is so. Like something similar to when you were like doing the what was the name of that thing? The signing, right? You sign in, go into the web, and then sign. You close the tab and then open the tab again, and it's like you start from scratch. You didn't keep.
Since we're on this page, the Roadkill, or the Roadkill extras, I can tell you these can be kind of annoying because, okay, like this one's 2 minutes and 37 seconds long. Well, there's two things that I noticed with them. Number one, the intros and outros are pretty long. Like this. At least it feels they're probably not at all, but they feel long.
Hey, it's Freiberger here. This is Roadkill Extra.
And then also those intros are really loud.
Okay.
So if I'm in bed at night or something, I'm watching it, and then it's like, and then it's like, hey, it's Freiberger. 1 minute goes by, and then it's like, okay, now I got to scroll to the next one. Scrolling around, and then click, and then that intro feels long and loud.
So what if, at the end of the video, first of all, I agree with you that it shouldn't be that loud. But at the end of the video, it plays a next line.
That's what I was going to say next. I wish it had an autoplay feature.
Okay.
Especially with the extras, they're so short, and there's so many of them, and that was going to be the next thing I was going to say. I wish they autoplay because it gets done, and then a lot of times it's like if I'm full screen, I have to close the screen, and then I have to come down here. I'm talking as if it's like a huge deal. It's not a huge deal, but I'm aware of it every time. It's like I got to do a lot of clicking when I want to just be a sloth and just let it play.
Yeah, like if you I heard that you use Amazon Prime, right?
Yeah.
So Amazon Prime has these like amazing features for that at the end. That like the 10 seconds before and 10 seconds after the scene.
Yes, that's true.
As well as Netflix, if it's an episodic.
You can skip the intros.
You can skip the intros and you can see all the the episodes in the video.
Yes.
So you don't have if you are full screen right there, you can go next, or you gotta play for it.
Yeah.
So stop, or you can jump to another season all from the
Oh,
video.
that would be nice.
Some other stuff like related to the experience that you have with the video player and finding stuff and accessing stuff that you like. How do you like to work with? I think that's your main, point of,
It tends to be.
it tends to be.
I mean, my main point of being aware of new content is the email, which I appreciate. It used to be that there was no. I felt like I never knew when there was going to be a new show, so I would find myself logging on a lot just to check like new here, and then I would say no, and then. But now I get the emails, which I appreciate. But I will still sometimes, I don't know, I miss the email, or I will still go to this thing. I didn't know this was called a rotate.
Slider,
yeah,
whatever you want to call it. That's so many names. But it's basically just,
Yep, I use it.
Do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy the
yes.
With looking at what's new right there?
Sometimes, like, I feel like there's maybe more ads than I need. I understand that's probably out of necessity, but like if there was like more than one ad like this, I don't even know.
Okay, you skip
what is it?
So
and then I skip the motorsport. That's just that's just me.
But it'll be like in your opinion, it'll be better just they stick to promoting shows rather than anything.
I suppose that would be my preference. If it was possible to eliminate the ads, then possibly. But it's probably through one of these sliders I found out about the Fire Stick ad.
Okay. So
even though I haven't really adopted that as my main habit, that this stuff, and I looked at this Celebrate National Streaming that. And so I do look at this stuff. But this like best original shows for enthusiasts running free for 30 days. This is not relevant to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like,
so if you try, could you try to find an episode for Road to the Back?
Mm-hmm. Particular one.
The latest one. Which one do you think is the latest? Okay, cool. Do you mind not having the seasons format in this? Do you ever use the
This time on Roadkill Garage, it is a new life for the Dirt Track Challenger and a near-death experience.
I just downloaded the application.
Okay, so they have the season.
And I have not used it. I saw in an Instagram post, I think it was Steve Dulcich playing an Roadkill Extra from this challenger, and I could see it was like a screen grab, and I could see like, oh, that looks like it must be an app. I didn't know that they had an app. So then I looked, and sure enough, but I downloaded the app, but I haven't used it yet. But the seasons thing, to answer that question, isn't necessarily important to me for this because it's not like an ongoing story or anything. So I'm not even really aware of this, the fact that seasons are
That's a good point.
a part of it.
Yeah, so it's like you can package it in 12 or 24 or whatever. It doesn't make any sense. If it's show to show, it's completely unrelated.
Yeah.
Because the only constant is the host. That's it.
The host and sometimes the vehicles. I mean, with
with
Dirt Every Day,
from,
it's because I have this cut fee. I know that there's a Dirt Every Day series where he has one.
Oh, okay.
Fred Williams works on an army truck, and that has been really cool for me because I can see what he does to his and kind of like gives me some ideas. And so there's maybe 5 or 6 episodes with that truck, but they're all spread out. So sometimes, I mean, Crusher Camaro, this yellow car, that's so many different episodes. So I wouldn't mind if there was like a keyword or something like Crusher Camaro, so then I could see like, here's the 12 Crusher videos. Because I might think to myself, like, I want to watch that one where they change the engine at the the live at the trade show. I don't think that's on Motor Trend on Demand. It should be. I thought it was interesting. It's like 12 hours long, so I don't know. But if there was a way to just hit like a Crusher hashtag or something and just see all the videos related to that car, same with the Alabama Army truck or the Roadkill muscle truck or whatever, because sometimes that is a thing where it's like, where's the other episode about the Roadkill muscle truck? Or like, there's a few episodes about this car. Or,
Yeah. Would you like to comment on the videos? Like open a video and comment? And
I thought about that.
Or would you like to just like...
That's a mixed bag because sometimes comments are kind of a downer. Some people are so negative. There's so many trolls. Sometimes it's nice not to have them. Sometimes I have thought like sometimes I want to comment that was awesome, like more, do more of these or something.
Feedback,
And there's no channel for that. But so I'm not really sure. The comments thing, so often it just, I feel like it just devolves into.
Yeah, it's like some obscure stuff, like sometimes negative.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the same feeling. Although when you have like, personally, I'm addicted to Reddit. So when I go to Reddit, they update, upvote the comments, and they are much, they put too much attention. So the comments at the top in Reddit,
they edit the comments.
They upvote it. They thumbs up the comments.
So
so
they get
it's curated.
I see.
It's completely curated, feed of like the masses, and they are really like good at being good.
Right.
Because if you're
now
bad,
the users upvote them, or the administration.
Oh, the users. It's kind of like a self policing themselves kind of thing.
And then the comments physically rise to the top of the page.
Yeah.
Because YouTube, you can get like a bunch of thumbs up, but you might never see that comment.
No, this is like the one with the most upvotes.
Yeah.
Rise to the top. So most people, and then you get some karma too. So they put like, okay, not just upvoted, but I'll give you some karma, and then you get some reputation, and then you build on top of that reputation, and you become a leader of opinion in certain areas and channels and stuff like that.
Interesting.
So,
I should check it out. I've heard about that website so many times. I've never.
You might like it. You might like it. It's owned by Condé Nast Group. And they don't really haven't changed it since they acquired it, so it's been as original as when it started. So it's one of those really cool things. Anyhow, I think we extended this. It was a great conversation. I wanted to anything that you like to add to the conversation before I leave.
Nothing comes to mind. Right?
Cool. Yeah. So thank you very much.
My pleasure. Awesome. Yeah.
You mind just really fast? Yeah, you can close it.
Should I? Okay. What